Hey K6, sorry this is taking so long. This is going to be the last part. We'll keep it short. Part 2. Thanks for watching. Bye. And here we go. What you've got is basically a compassionate God who doesn't look at what we look at, but looks really deep into our heart and what our heart wants. Now, our heart wants might not be understand. We might not even understand what we want in our hearts. But God understands that. And your whole thing about family and friends going to heaven, going to hell while you go to heaven, I don't think I'd know what to do either. But maybe I can't claim to understand what's going to happen. I think anyone who claims they understand what's going to happen is just going to be, it's firstly very, very deluded. You can't understand what's going to happen, but you can understand that God's got it all planned out. I mean, this Ksicsfaces 3:11, God has given people a desire to know the future. He does everything just right and on time, but people don't ever completely understand what he is doing. So, you want to know what's going to happen. Okay, that's a desire from God. But he does everything right on time, and we can hope that he's got a plan, because we know he's got a plan for us. You can find that in Jeremiah. And sorry, I'm really being very nebulous here. I'm sorry if I haven't answered your question, but hair. In the end, I really think you just trust God that he's got the best plan. And that a being of love cannot act out of anything that is not love. Okay, I'm going to end on one final note. Now here is a thing from the shack. The main character of the shack, his daughter was abducted and murdered by a serial killer. And he meets God at an abandoned shack where his daughter was murdered. And he asks God why, and God asks him, would he send the murderer to hell? And the man's like, of course I would. Of course I would send this guy to hell. He killed my daughter. But then the God says, well, if that's the case, would you send his father to hell? His father who abused him, who made him the person he was. So I was, yes, I'd send him to hell. Okay then. Would you send his father to hell? The father who moved into the area which gave him such childhood torment. Yes, I'd send him to hell. Well, would you send God to hell? Who knew about this, who knew it would happen, but then did nothing to stop it. And the man's like, of course I would. And at that point, God asks him the wisdom part of it is basically a reference to Proverbs. Wisdom is woman. But she then says is, if you now condemn God to hell, I'll give you a choice. You can choose now. You have 3 children. One of them is already dead. You can choose one of them to go to hell, the other 2 to go to heaven. And the man can't do it. Why? Because he loves his children so much that he couldn't possibly condemn them to hell. And he says, let me go to hell instead of them. And the woman then says, God then says, do you not understand how I feel then? It's my children, and no matter what they do, I couldn't possibly condemn them to hell. So I send myself to die instead of them. Story of grace, Jesus Christ. So, I don't know. it's your opinion, basically. If you want to reply to that, that's great. I have so much more I'd love to say, but it would take so much time. Thanks for watching. If you want to reply, that's cool. I'd love to chat with you sometime, but that would be absolutely amazing. See you around. Peace out.